Hello traders, welcome back to our YouTube channel. This is Forex Base Academy. We are back again with another video. This is a continuation of our last video we uploaded. If you haven't checked it out, be sure to check it out. I will leave a link in the description. So this is a continuation of the description of MetaTrader, also known as MT. So we have so far two versions of MT out. We have MT4 and MT5. So today we're going to take a look at MT5. That's MetaTrader 5. So this is the application. By default, this is how it opens. So we are going to see how we can modify it and have it in a good looking way, ready for any trader to trade on it. So let's jump straight in. So we're going to first remove these are indicators. So some traders don't use indicators, or even if they use them, they want the indicators, they prefer not the ones already installed. So we can first remove these ones. To remove a pre-installed indicator, just come to it, to this area, and right click. Just right click the indicator. You go to indicator list. They show you, so far we have two indicators. You can just click on it and say delete. Click on the one there and say delete. So indicators, as you see, they are gone. So still on improving on the way how our chart looks like, we can still change the color of the candlesticks we have. We have three types of charts. We have the candlestick, we have the bar chart, we also have the line chart. So we usually use the candlestick. So to have it, you just come on it and click it, and there you have a candlestick chart. So we can do a little bit more of modification to it. So we just right click, go to properties, and there you have all the necessary equipments and tools needed to change your candlesticks, how they look like. So here you can leave this column and go to colors. You can interact with all these colors until you're satisfied. For example, let's go with on grid with say none. On bar up, that's a bullish candle. We have lime already there, we'll leave it. On bar down, that's a bearish candle. We can say let's go with red. And a bullish candle still, let's go with lime. They already color that is already there. I think lime lime is here. Good. So we go for bearish candle. You can still use red. So far our chart looks decent. I think we can go with this one. So when I say okay, this is the candlestick chart that displays. I think it looks very nice, and we can still go with that. So that's how you change the candlesticks to the preferred colors. So we can jump straight in adding the pairs or symbols or market. So to add that, just go to view tab. You go to market watch. In market watch, there are already some symbols by default. So if you want to have, for example, GBP AUD, that's pound sterling versus Australian dollar, you can just come to to it, tap on it, just say left right click and go to chart window to display. If you want to add another pair or symbol that is already not there, for example, if you add gold versus US dollar, like that, you just type the initials and it will just pop here. So this one, just click on it and say enter. So it will add itself on the list. So to see it still, just go to it, right click and go to chart window and it displays. So a question comes in when you want the already modified chart to have it like all the other charts you open to display in the format of the already modified chart. So let's do that. So if you already have the modified chart, you just come to it and save the template. Save its template, you just have to click on it and go to templates, right click, go to templates, go to save. You can name it any name. For example, let's use test and just say save. So it means that the other charts you put, you just come to them, just right click and you load the template since it's already saved. For example, this one we called it test. You just come to it and say test, and there you have your good modified charts. So the same happens to gold. Just right click and say templates and you load the already saved template, which was test in our case. So maybe you can have these lines, you can see these lines and maybe they disturb you. To remove them, these are separators, the daily separators, meaning the day started from here and ended from here. So if you want to remove them, you can go to still properties, right click properties and you go to show and you untick the show period separators, and there you have a good clean chart without the period separators. So a little bit on templates, a little bit of a tip on templates. So when you already have a saved template, for example this one, you go to it, right click and you go to save template and you save it default. For example, you just write default, default. So when you save it default, it already exists. So when you save it default, it means that you don't have to go on adding another pair or another symbol and you go to save and all the other processes. You just have to come to it, go to market watch, see if it is there. For example, let's use some symbol that is not already existing. For example, GBP USD, GBP USD. It is here already, so we just enter like we said, so it comes here. So when you just do a right click and you go to chart window, it comes when it has already displayed itself in the other default manner, so you don't have to go back and go to loading the template. So that's a little bit of a tip if you don't want to go in all those processes. So another thing is the time frame, how to change the time frame. So let's cross the market watch because we don't need it right now. So the time frame, it has to appear here. So when it is not there, it's okay. You just have to go to view tab, you go to toolbars, just have to select the time frames and it is ticked. So when it is ticked like this, it it means it has already added, it adds itself here. So you have M15, M30, H1. So these are all time frames. So if you want to put your chart in M15, you just have to click on it. So if you have a time frame, for example a minute one that you have to add that is not already there, you just have to come to the time frame tab here, just right click, just go to customize, and here we have the available buttons and we have the selected buttons. So you just have to come to M1 and just insert it. If it is down here and you're not happy here, just have to select it and say up, 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 up until it goes up. If you have to add another 3-minute time frame, just have to come on it and just insert. So if it is up like this, you have to drag. You can either drag onto the up and down thing. We can just drag. Let's just put the minute 3 between M1 and M15, and you can add maybe another time frame of minute 5. Just have to insert. So if there is already existing one that you don't want, you just have to come and click on it like this monthly one and remove. So it will just move itself from the selected one. And if you are good, then say close, and you already have your time frame displaying here on the upper bar here. So let's go to another thing, which is objects. So another thing, if you have to draw a line here, you just have to come to it and you have to come and select it and just drop it. So when you have to move it up and down, you just have to come. When it is selected, it has little dots here at the end of the line, little dots here. When it is selected, just can move it up and down. When you don't want to use it, just unselect it and these little dots disappear like this. So when you have to add another thing like a rectangle, or if you have to draw maybe some zone like this, just do like this. By default, it can come when it has some other colors. When you want to change it, you can just say right click, go to properties, then you can choose any color of your choice. Let's say maybe this one, and you have to go to parameters. This is where it starts from and ends from, and you can select fill or no fill. So maybe to have that color in the background, to have that color filled in the rectangle. So when you're happy, then you leave it. You can also drag it by going to its center and you drag it to anywhere you want it. So when you want to unselect it, you just double click on it and it is not selected. When you want to select it, you just double click the same thing and it is selected. As simple as that. Maybe if you want to add another object that is not already here on the list, you can just come to it like that, like we did earlier. Just come to customize, right click, customize, then you can move, add these objects, the available one. Maybe if you want to add the triangle one, just say insert and it inserts itself. And maybe the text one, insert it there until you're happy and you close the dialog box. So that's it. So in case you have maybe some objects here you want to choose but you're not seeing them, you can simply come to this and say right click, customize, and remove some unwanted or unused objects. For example, I can remove symbol. Just select it and click on remove, maybe to have this icon here, which is a screenshot, which we'll talk about later in the video. So you just close the dialog box and you're good to go. So if you want to delete the already made rectangle, just select it and just click delete. It is gone. So let's move on on executing trades. So when you want to enter a trade, there are very many methods. One being entering manually. That's by clicking on new order here. New order, you set your volume or lot size, set your stop loss, and set the take profit, and just say sell or buy. This is a long method, but it works. So like you can see right now, we have already entered in the market. So we have sold. This is a sale of 0.01 on a pair, which is GBP USD. That's pound sterling versus US dollar. So this is already entered trade. So there's another method where you can just say you can use one-click option. So one-click option, to get it, you just have to right-click and go to one-click trading. So when you select it, there comes some icon here. You can just see it, you can just deactivate it or activate it. So by having it here, you can either sell or buy. So this is a sell side, this is a buy side. This is where you enter your volume or your lot size. So just by, you can just say let's have 0.01 like it is there. Add more sales by just tapping. When you tap, you have entered into a trade. By seeing your ongoing trades, so when you want to see the ongoing trades, you use a tool called a toolbox. So to see your ongoing trades, you go to your toolbox. Going there, you can either come to a view tab here, just say toolbox. There you will see your ongoing trades. So we see here we have entered 3 times in GBP USD with a sale. The volume is 0.01. The price we entered on is just this one. You can either set a stop loss and take profit, and this is the profit. So when it is in blue, it is in a winning profit. When it is in red, it is in a loss. So right now we are in the profits. So let's see how we can set a stop loss. So setting a stop loss, you just have to come to an entry like this. Just click on it, right click, you say modify, go to modify and set the stop loss. For example, here we are seeing it is 1.27345, and just say modify. So I've already set the stop loss. So there's another method of drag and drop. So when you want to drag, you just come to entry like this and say, come to it like this. When there comes an arrow like that, you are able now to drag up to your preferred level and then release. So you have already set the stop loss. Here it immediately changes. So that's how you add the stop loss. So the way how we add the take profit is the same. Just come to it like this and drag until you release, then to immediately note that you have entered the take profit, and it will add itself here. So this is an entry, this is a single entry that has a stop loss and a take profit. So you have to add other stop losses and take profits on each of your trades if you want to be safe. So you're doing the same thing, just drag and drop until you drag up to the preferred level and drop up to the preferred level. You can come to it like this and you can easily see the profit. You also come to the loss and see the profit. The system shows it as a profit even when you're negative. So it says profit -1, here still profit positive. So here it says profit positive 2.5. So if you are to lose, you are to lose -$1. So if you are to lose, you are to lose $1. If you are to gain, you are to gain $2, $2.57. So that's how you set your stop loss and take profit. So on the toolbox, you can still use it. When some people like using the shortcut of the keyboard, you can easily say Ctrl T and you can access your toolbox. Ctrl T can bring your toolbox or immediately remove it from your screen, just like that. So still on ongoing trades. So if you want to remove the trades, you just have to come here and say close manually. So here you can just close or be off the market just by coming here, and you close the market manually. The market will close itself. So that is an entry closed manually. So when you have very many entries and you want to close them at once, there's also that option where you come to entries like this, just select it, right click and go to bulk operations and say close all positions. You can immediately close them at once without going into closing each one manually. So when you close the trades, you can see these little arrows. These are histories. You can easily close and remove the trade history by just coming to them like that. Right click and you go to trade history, and you can remove the arrows on the screen. You can also access the report or the history of all your trades. You can just come to trade to toolbox, like we said, like we saw, Ctrl T, or you go to a view tab, go to toolbox, then you can access your history, how you have been trading, all your losses, all your profits, when you traded, which symbol you used, this type of execution you did, that's sell, that's either sell or I buy, the volume used, that's a lot size, stop loss you set, or the TP, and maybe the time you had that, maybe the time you executed that trade. So you can also access a report of your trades. Just have to come to toolbox, Ctrl T, or come to the view tab, just click on toolbox and it appears. Right click, you go to report here. You can have your report displayed as a Microsoft Office Excel or an HTML, that's a web page. For example, let's choose Microsoft Office Excel. Go to report, choose this one, we say maybe documents, and we say save. So it will display itself as the trade account report of the trades you made, displayed in a good format way of Excel. So you can just remove the toolbox here by closing. Maybe one thing I didn't say, when you're opening this one click for the first time, by default there comes a dialog box where you have, I don't have this one with me, but you just have to click and accept all they say and say okay, so that it displays. So they're always asking you a permission so that you agree to them having that instant execution of trades. So you have to accept. If that dialog box displays itself, you have to accept everything they say and click OK. That's a reminder of people having the toolbox. So I think that's it for today. Hope you learned a lot. So remember to like the video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, share. You can share it with your friends, and trust the process always.